Welcome to Chou The Fat with me, Chou. Today I'm going to be talking about the WWE being the best and worst it's ever been. Now I know what you're thinking, that doesn't make sense, Lou. Stop the video, kill yourself. Well, just hold up a second, because I'm gonna attempt to make sense of what I just said. You see, the whole thing comes down to a generational shift, or at least what I think is a generational shift. You've got on one side old Grapey Fruits, McMahon, Vincent Kennedy, and on the other side you've got Triple Hurst, Triple Hunter, Triple Helmsley, or as the insiders like me like to call him, Non-Tuple H. Now, Sectuple H over here, he's got this magical new thing called NXT. Now, that's cool for a multitude of reasons, not least the fact that he called it Next but without an E in it, which is pretty much what the kids would have done. So he's right there on the cusp of, the cultural zeitgeist as far as Triple H is concerned. He's in there. So he's got his Next, and he's basically just rounding up all of this indie talent. And this is unheard of for a WWE fan, for the WWE landscape, that we've got the kind of people currently on a main roster that we've got. I mean, arguably the best roster in history. Like, let's count down just a few. AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura, Kevin Owens, Austin Aries, Seth Rollins was a big indie presence. Dean Ambrose was a big indie presence. All of these people came from NXT. Cesaro, fucking hell, Cesaro. No one should forget Cesaro. These people all came from an indie background. Samoa Joe. There's so many. Samoa Joe, sorry. He should have been top of the list. But my point is, so many indie wrestlers have come through this kind of backdoor, virtual backdoor known as NXT. And it's all thanks to Triple H, more or less. Like, he's created this gateway for all of these amazing indie wrestlers to finally show up on the biggest wrestling platform in the world, which is astonishing. It's the best roster the WWE have ever had. So you'll notice to the left of my face there is a video looping. Now, this is because these two wrestlers represent old and new frontiers of the WWE. So we've got Akbar Jeanette Styles, or AJ Styles for short. He basically is the new frontier. He is everything indie, everything dangerous and exciting about wrestling, and he's someone that no one ever thought would be in the WWE, let alone a mainstream top tier talent. So he represents the new frontier, the new generation. Now, on the other side of things, you've got Roman, the Reigner, Mr. R, Dog Big Dog, Yards McGilliguddy. There's many names that people call him. Let's say he's just called Roman Reigns. He represents the old generation. He represents this morsel of control that Vince McMahon is kind of clutching with his big old club-like fucking hands. And it's an interesting kind of dynamic that this character, this Roman Reigns character, I mean, people, I'm going to say love or hate, but most people hate him. I don't. I think he's just the victim of unfortunate circumstances. I think he's this kind of project that old man McMahon has kind of taken upon himself. He can see that things are changing. Whether he thinks it's for the better, who knows? But Vince can see. Old Grapefruits can see that things are changing in a different direction. And Reigns, he just happens to be this last project, this last thing that he just wants to fucking shoot to the moon. He just wants to put it straight up there. So here's Reigns, Poor bastard, being pushed to the moon. He's basically Baron Corbin, but Baron Corbin's being treated with a bit more kind of tact. You know, there's not much between the two. In fact, I was watching Baron Corbin earlier on like SmackDown, and they're basically the same characters. It's just Corbin actually has been given more of a chance in a sense. Like Reigns has been given plenty of chances, but not natural or organic chances. They've been chances that have been stuffed down his throat. He's just had like a... This is an ironic kind of gesture, because this is Vince's arm, and this is Reigns' butthole. So this is... Whenever Reigns is doing this, it's basically like a secret kind of gesture to like the authorities or to a guardian or a parental figure to please help me, because Vince McMahon is doing this to me constantly. I'm doing this all the time, but no one's getting it. Reigns is just crying out for help, and Vince is just there, just puppeteering his anus. So Reigns represents that old school, whether he likes to or wants to or not, that's where he is. And Triple H is on the other end of this. He's got the AJ Styles character. He's got the Indies just piping in the back door. Just fucking... They are Trump's idea of Mexicans. They're just scurrying through without Vince having any kind of control over it. And it's created such a weird paradigm. And that's where the product currently is. That old school mentality, the old school kind of focus is littered throughout the storytelling. It's littered throughout the booking, all sorts. But they've got this fucking huge arsenal of amazing wrestlers that Triple H has kind of made way for. And these two things are going together like chalk and floppy dicks. I don't know, like they're just not meshing. Someone needs to take the new generation and then inject a bit of that backwards into the old generation until the old generation kind of forms and bends and shapes into a new generation kind of attitude. That's what they need to do, because the people that are stuck around, the people that are like clinging on by the skin of their teeth to this WWE that's transforming in many ways for the better. They just need to relinquish some control. They need to give up a bit. And it's a sad thing to say, but as soon as those people just step aside and let people who know what they're doing, aka Triple H, I know he's got a lot of detractors, but he clearly knows what the fuck is going on. I mean, Cruiserweight Classic, great fucking tournament. NXT, great fucking product. European, UK title championship tournament was good. Don't know why it was specifically UK, but it was good. Again, Triple H, so just it needs to move in that direction. And this is where the shift is. This is where the problem is. It's the best and the worst time to be a wrestling fan.